So you invest your time into building out a new local affiliate SEO site. You build the homepage, you build the getter quote page, the service pages, and then terms of service and privacy policy pages. You get it ranked for the specific city plus service keywords that you wanted to achieve. And then what do you do next? Hey everyone, Matt Wacek here. Welcome back to a brand new video, and I want to answer that plus give you an update on the case study with the Champlin Outdoor Services site. And frankly, it should just be called Champlin Services because there's just so many bases that particular website covers. So I want to give you an update on the performance that it did last month in terms of the calls, the contact form submissions, the revenue generated, and also some of the ranking updates as well, and give you some insight on what to do once the website has reached its potential with the current pages that you have. Okay, so to start things off, we'll take a look at the rankings and basically just some of the shifts that had occurred over the month of November. So to start things off, I wasn't even tracking Irrigation Systems Champlin, but we're sitting in the number 3 spot on page 1 with the homepage. Then some of the other shifts were nothing crazy. The stump grinding jumped from like the number 4, number 6 spot to the number 2 or number 3, depending on the variation with the state abbreviation. And then tree removal and tree trimming, we jumped up from page 2, number 1, to number 10 on page 1. So one of the top leads that actually came through last month was a tree removal lead, and it paid more than double what most of the leads for lawn care landscaping pay. So that was really cool. So we're definitely going to probably do another PBN link or two pointing at getting the tree service page to rank for that number 1 spot to bring in some more of that traffic, because that is awesome. So these other ones here with the dashes are just your standard lawn care, landscape, leaf removal, the ones I've covered in previous videos. And if you haven't seen them, go back and watch. This is in the playlist. It'll be like right here if you're on the playlist watching it, but they have not shifted, and there really isn't a whole lot of things that need to be done for maintaining those rankings. So then some of the work that we did do the past month was on Halloween ordering the citations, just because there were not citations, at least in terms of that particular gig and what sites the profiles were built onto, or the directory listings. And then we also did the niche relevant stacked web 2.0s, and that was started on Halloween as well, or that was ordered then. The delivery was on the 12th, and the completion, the page authority went through the roof, and then also some of the domain authority dropped by 2 points, which I thought was a little bit interesting. But it's a massive volume of multiple tier links. So if you have a tier 1 link, that's a link going straight to your site. A tier 2 link is a link from, in this instance, it's a Web 2.0, a Web 2.0 linking to another Web 2.0, which then links to your site. So it's just a lot of link juice flowing. And now there are like 117 links pointing at the homepage for the Champlin site, which is really cool. So we should be able to maintain our rankings. I really just did the stacked Web 2.0s just as a test to see what we could do, and seeing it basically double the page authority was something that's really cool. So then the PBN link that you see right here was just done a couple days ago, because I noticed that we're not ranking number 1 for dethatching and then also for yard cleanup. So I did a link to dethatching Champlin to the homepage with the anchor text of dethatching Champlin, and I also did an image of just something landscaping related or yard care related, with the image linking to the Champlin site and the anchor text of yard cleanup in Champlin, because I noticed that we were not sitting at the top for that as well. And so that PBN article went live 2 days ago, so it's probably not even indexed at this point. But either way, for the earnings, a grand total of $142.78 from just the one single site. So this is broken down into 40 phone calls, so that's up from 32 from the previous month, and 17 of them converting. So 15 of those, or rather 17 of those out of 40 converted, so that was 42.5%. And then 15 contact form submissions came in, so it dropped tremendously from the previous month, but of those, 6% were qualified, so 40% conversion. Some people were looking for leaf removal really late, and a lot of companies, I'm assuming, we're probably getting ready for snow and they didn't want to take on any more of those types of jobs. And then also some of the snow leads weren't going unmatched as well. So I'm guessing either the contractors that were buying those leads were probably either they're full with their existing customers, they just don't want anymore, or at that time, because there were some big snowstorms, they just didn't have the capacity to service any additional customers. So it is what it is. That is why we do SEO and not pay per click, because I don't have to pay really anything for any of these clicks aside from just the regular website hosting, which you can spread across multiple websites, and it really doesn't cost a whole lot. And obviously there's the PBN costs and that sort of stuff month to month, but that's spread across your entire portfolio of websites. So average conversion rate dropped by almost 15%, or almost 14%, which is pretty big. But either way, I'm not really too concerned with conversion rate. I'm mostly focused on just overall revenue and profit of the site. So the average qualified lead did go up, and the total call revenue was just under $100 for the month, and $44 or just under that for total form revenue. So a grand total of $142. And the one anomaly that came through this particular site was a tree removal lead that ended up paying almost $20, $19.99. So the only reason I know that it was tree removal is because I went back and actually listened to that call. It was like 1 minute and 10 seconds long. The person basically just wanted to have a tree cut down, and the person took down the information and it got routed to whatever company it is, and then I'm sure they called them back. And that's 2 to 3 times the normal lead value in this particular niche. So that was really cool to see that happen. And so then once you reach the peak potential with your site, what do you do next? With the exception of the tree service, tree removal, where we're kind of at the bottom of the first page and we want to get to the top, we're pretty much at our peak potential with this particular site. So what do you do from here? And so what you can do first off is build more sites. Either build more sites in the same niche for different cities, or build sites with new niches in that same city, or build sites in new niches and new cities. So I'd highly recommend doing that. One thing you want to be aware of is just the seasonality of certain services. Pretty much everything on the outside of a house, with the exception of a roof, is going to really peak in that spring and summer, and then kind of drop off a little bit in the winter, and then maybe spike up a little bit in the fall, actually, before getting into winter. But services like electricians, plumbing, HVAC to an extent are going to be pretty consistent through the year. Obviously, with air conditioning repair, it's going to spike in the summer. Heater repair is going to spike a bit in the winter as well. But expand your portfolio into new sites, new niches, and all of that. Or if you just want to have 200 sites in the landscaping niche, you can certainly do that. Springtime is going to be great, but you just got to know going into it that things are going to drop off a little bit at certain times of the year. But then also what you can do, and what I would highly recommend doing, is if there are service pages that fall into the category that your site is targeting. So for example, with the landscaping niche here, we have services like landscape lighting, which there's not a page about, that we can build a page all about. And with the existing trust and authority that this site has, we should probably rank as soon as the page is indexed. We'll probably be on page 2, or if not page 1. So we're going to build out that page probably in the next couple weeks. There's no demand for landscape lighting right now in Minnesota, so there's no demand for that until springtime. But also concrete contractors is another one. So basically installing concrete driveways or patios, steps, anything concrete related, we want to rank for that one as well. And it is one of those services that some landscape companies offer, so it does kind of fall into that category. But either way, we're just going to optimize the page for concrete contractor, and we have our logo, which is basically super generic. It's just Home Service Pros, install, repair, maintain, and it can cover pretty much every single niche under the sun for home services or property service related work. So that's the latest with this particular site. We did pretty well in terms of the revenue with it, and from here we're just going to expand into a couple new services and grow the portfolio of sites. So if you got this far into the video and you're actually going to take action like I want you to do, leave a like down below, and also be sure to go down below, join the ever-growing family, hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. We have a new case study that's going to be coming out next week, 12 new sites in 12 days. Basically, it's a Christmas themed type of case study, and it's going to be really cool to share here on the channel in terms of the build process, how much time it takes, how much I'm investing into building out these new sites, and also sharing some of the data in terms of getting the site to rank. And I'm going to take a real minimal approach to it in terms of what links I'm going to build to the sites and see what type of performance we can get with minimal links. And when I say minimal, I mean basically doing citations, social, and PBNs. So anyways, be sure to be subscribed so you know when that all comes out. And if you want to get guided step-by-step training on how to build a website, rank that website, and monetize that website with a local affiliate offer, there are links right below to our courses where you can get access to that training and a whole lot more. So I'll see you guys in the next video where we're talking all about the Christmas case study.